Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to contain many different twists and turns that will relate to the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren and exactly how they will evolve in this movie from start to finish of Episode 9 by director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, by far, one of the big exciting elements of Episode 9 has all to do with exactly how the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren will be utilized in this story and exactly how they really are going to progress as characters, such as Rey's path and Kylo Ren's endgame, and what that's really going to look like in this movie once it hits theaters come December of this year. Now, of course, we are now in the home stretch of Episode 9 with just 112 days until its release, under 4 months away from Episode 9 hitting theaters and ending the Skywalker saga. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and all thanks to MTV News, of course, and of course Josh Horowitz. He got the chance to go ahead and speak with Daisy Ridley and ask her about Kylo Ren's redemption, or the possibility of Kylo Ren being redeemed in this movie. And this is what, of course, Josh had to ask and what Daisy had to respond as. So this is what he says. Is Kylo Ren beyond redemption? This guy has done some really bad stuff. Can he possibly be redeemed? Daisy Ridley briefly says this. Is an apology ever enough? Will actions speak louder than words? Where will we end up? Is a good question, and a question that is posed by the film. That's a very interesting response by Daisy. Yes, she dodged the question, but she also somewhat gave us a couple of hints as to what's really going to happen in this movie. Now, the thing that really got me was, of course, the first couple of words by Daisy Ridley, where she states, "Is an apology ever enough?" Is there going to be a sequence in this film where we do have a moment in which Kylo Ren does indeed turn back to the light fully, where quite possibly Daisy Ridley as Rey is not going to accept that turn by Ben Solo / Kylo Ren? Could it very well have something to do with that, where she states, is an apology ever enough? Will actions speak louder than words? That's a big question open on the table for discussion, because we do know that there is going to be an alliance between both Rey and Kylo Ren in this film to take on the greater evil, also known as the Dark Acolyte / Palpatine / Vance. This movie does have a lot going for itself and really does hold the possibility of marking itself down as the most emotional and dark Star Wars film in the Skywalker saga. Now, on top of all of this, let me, give you guys my 2 cents on Bendemption, as a lot of people call it. Now, the whole Kylo Ren redemption arc in The Rise of Skywalker and how that would really be done, I feel like that Disney and Lucasfilm would really have to go through a lot of different obstacles because of what he really did. Yes, Darth Vader, killed hundreds upon hundreds of people throughout the galaxy during his rule of the galaxy. Not to mention that he was the one who indirectly killed his own wife, Padme Amidala. But to me, when I look at The Force Awakens and how Kylo Ren is a human being who killed his own father on Starkiller Base of all people, his own father, I'm just not quite sure how Kylo Ren redemption would be created in a sense where it's going to be done in the right way. Now, I'm all up for Kylo Ren redemption as long as it's done in a very unique and satisfying way, where it's well thought out and it's well written and it makes a lot of sense for the audience. But on top of all of this, it does have to make a lot of sense, and could very well allude to the other leaks that we talked about, of where Kylo Ren dies by the hands of Rey because he's possessed by Sidious at one point in time, where Rey actually does not want to kill Kylo Ren, but she does. Kylo Ren dies, and Luke Skywalker's Force Ghost resurrects Kylo Ren to come back as a good man once again, as Ben Solo. So that would be the more realistic route of course, Ben Solo returning from, of course, the dark side of the Force. Now, that to me, I think, would be satisfying. I don't know about you guys, but those leaks that we have been going over for a very long time now would be very satisfying for the whole Kylo Ren redemption arc, where it's not really done through Kylo's will, if you say. It wouldn't really be done by his own, I guess you could say, his own choice. It would be done by just the hands of all the events that actually flow throughout the actual galaxy and what happens in between both Rey, Kylo, Luke, and Palpatine. That to me would be more inspiring, to be quite honest with you guys. So Adam Driver, we do know that he hasn't really been doing a lot of press. I'm not quite sure if that's specifically for a reason. We do know that Disney and Lucasfilm, they're trying to be very careful with the marketing of Episode 9, especially with the press interviews, you know, all of the PR stuff and everything related to that, where a lot of the actors and actresses are doing a lot of interviews as we speak, answering a lot of those questions, giving us little hints and tidbits here and there as to what to expect for the Rise of Skywalker and where it's all going to go. So, Kylo Ren Redemption, I'm all up for it. Like I say, as long as it's done correct. I'm just a little... I guess you could say I'm just a little on edge of how it's going to be done by JJ. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.